I always do that. Hey everybody, Rorree here. We are continuing with our 4 agreements. So welcome to my channel, Rorree, Totally Rorree International, and we also have Roses, Lavender, and Sage.com. That's where we have our little private community where we go deep, and we heal, we empower. It's a wonderful place to be. And right now, it's usually just open for women, but we have opened things up for everyone now because we are a spiritually based community and some people are in need of some exemptions, and we wanted to open things up for everybody since we are a spiritually based community and we can provide that for you. So we have a whole portal for those exemptions that people are needing right now. So we have a whole portal for that. The whole letter and everything that you need is there. Okay. All righty. So we are working on the 4 agreements, all right, by Don Miguel Ruiz. These are the reflection cards. I like these. So those of you who've read the book, the reflection cards are really nice. You can kind of pull one every day and then reflect upon it. Like, how am I showing up in my life? How am I applying this in my life? What could I change about what this card is saying in my life? You know what I mean? So I like this. I got these on Amazon. I'm sure they're still there. Okay. All right. The 4 agreements. So the agreement that we are talking about today is don't take anything personally. Okay. And it says transform your life. Hey, transform your life. Let me see what he has on his jacket. Let me see. Let's see. All right. Oh, okay. It's just a design on the back of his jacket. Okay, so there's like a star. It looks like he is reaching for the stars. He is transforming his life. He is like, yes. It looks like maybe, I don't know, an ocean in front of him. I don't know. But here you go. He looks like he is excited. Okay. He is transforming his life. That's what we do over in Roses, Lavender, and Sage now. We transform. It's all about transformation and elevation, okay? All right, so this card says, when you refuse to take things personally, you avoid many upsets in your life. Your feelings of anger, jealousy, and even your sadness will simply disappear if you don't take things personally. Okay, all right. That's easier said than done sometimes, not taking things personally, especially if they feel like they're directed towards you. That is easier said than done. I'm just going to be real. So I know for me, I have to do self-talk if I feel like I have been attacked or something. Like, okay. Now I know when I send an email or a text, because I'm short and to the point, except when I'm on here talking to y'all. But I'm short to the point sometimes. And and sometimes people receive things differently depending on where they are. Sometimes a person can read something and depending on how they're feeling at that time, they can receive it in whatever way. And even in someone writing something, like I have a contract with an agency, and this week I've been acting as a director while the director's out. And we had a few major issues, and one person was so special. And I said, you know what? I am not going to respond in writing to this person because I would probably have to rewrite what I needed to write 10 times, and it just wasn't worth it. So I was like, I'm just going to not respond and let all that cool off a little bit, and let me cool off too. Because if I respond like, and I'm feeling like you're special, then even if I don't say it, you might feel like I feel like you're special if you read what I wrote. So I might back off. You know what I mean? So that also happens when I'm receiving something, you know? So like if someone leaves me a message or something and they're real out of sorts, I have to step back. Or like let's say someone's calling me. And I remember I used to have this lady as a client, and she would call me and go off. And I'll be like this. I just hold the phone out. I'm like, I would just put the phone out here. I don't even want to hear that energy. And then I just wait till she calm down. And then I say, okay. Because I ain't want that old negative stuff jumping all over me. But what I had to remember, and I had to do the self-talk. She is sick. She is upset. She is in pain all the time. She's not a happy person. She probably ain't getting none. I mean, I'm just being real. Okay. And I have to remember all of that when she's going off about nothing, right? And when she clearly just needs to go off because she wasn't calling for a solution. You know what I'm saying? She just needed to yell at somebody. So I just let her yell at the ether. All right. So what would you like me to do? She done got that off her chest. I didn't have to receive it. But see, I had to do self-talk. So I had to not take it personally that she was reaming me out about something that wasn't even about me, you know? And so sometimes you have to breathe through things. You have to stop. You might even have to think, did I do something to deserve this? Is this about me? You might have to stop and think while they doing whatever they're doing instead of taking it personally, you know? Um, I know at one contract that I had, like it felt like I was always under attack. Like every time I would say something, I was like, what is wrong with these people? You know? And then later I found out that it wasn't just me. They didn't like the whole company. So anything coming from the company was going to get knocked out, you know? And so I had to stop taking it personally. And sometimes I had to be like, well, you know what? Maybe she doesn't know that she's coming off like that. You know, maybe something's going on today. Maybe she ain't mean to come off like that. So I'm gonna try not to take that personally. You know I had to talk one of the workers off the edge, off the ledge this week because she was attacked and it was mean, from somebody higher up. And I had to say, look, first I want to say, don't take that personally. Because that's just that person's personality. You know, this what you said, this is what could have been a little bit different about what you said or what you did, but it's all good. You know, we all good in the neighborhood, okay? Because if she would have dived into the way she was addressed, I could see her definitely taking that personally because it felt like both of us were under attack. And for me, I'm into that. Let me just not respond, because what I learned was before when I would respond, I'd get attacked. So, hey, why not just not respond? Let that crap die down and then address it later when maybe the energies are in a different place. So I'd say to this is really a scenario where you would have to check yourself. So when you refuse to take things personally, you have to check yourself and you have to think and process. And that's the thing. We're so full of garbage. You know, we eat garbage food all the time, all that craziness from the fast food restaurants. Like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? What are you really eating? You drop that stuff on the car floor and come back, find an old French fry, still look like it was brand new, but it's just hard as a rock. I mean, like, really, what was that? Why didn't get no mold? Like, what is that for real? Like, what are you eating? And the thing is, when you're eating all these toxic things, and then when you do eat something that's good, it has half the nutrients because they cut it from the vine 5 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So we're full of garbage. And then if we don't clean ourselves out and heal ourselves and do little things for our psyche, for our mind, body, and spirit, then we might come off a little rough. This might have just happened. And now you're asking me a question and now you're getting it because all of this happened before you asked me a question. Now you're the last straw. So now you're going to get it. So I'm telling you, it's easier said than done to not take things personally, especially if it feels like it's personal because they talking to you, they talking about you. It feel like you personally talking to me, but I'm not supposed to take that personally. So I hope I've given you enough things to think about. Sometimes I might even say, you know what? I feel a little bit like you're upset or something. Is something going on? I might say something like that. Like, is something else going on? Did something happen today? You seem a little bit more upset about this than normal. I might say something like that. And then a person might check themselves and recognize that they're coming off a little funky for no reason, you know? So you might want to just say something, you know? Or sometimes you could just let somebody finish. Like if somebody's yelling or whatever, just let them finish. But you might need to put your little protection up so that stuff ain't penetrating. And then when they finish, be like, okay. Sometimes it's better to say nothing, but you can't take it personally. You know what I'm saying? You know, I remember I used to date this guy and he would just say flippant shit, you know, and it would hurt my feelings. But sometimes I just wouldn't say nothing. And then maybe a little while later, he would apologize because he knew it was an asshole. You know what I'm saying? He would come back and apologize. And I'll be like, okay. But see, sometimes because I'm intuitive, I might notice something's going on. But that doesn't, sometimes it still hurts. You know what I mean? When people say stuff. So on both ends, check yourself. Make sure that you're not showing up like that, where somebody would feel some kind of way, you know, like you're not attacking, you know? So, and it talks about feelings of anger, jealousy, and even sadness. Now, anger, like I really try not to get angry. And even if I'm upset about something, I try to not let it get to that place where I'm like over the top, you know, or real angry, because I don't like that energy, really, you know. Um, Jealousy, I don't do that. I don't get jealous, you know. I know people who do get jealous, and I think that's low vibrational because I feel like if you're getting jealous of somebody else, that means that you don't believe in yourself. Because what somebody else has or does or whatever, that really doesn't have anything to do with you and your value and what you can do. And everyone is different. So why should I be jealous of you? You know what I mean? We're two different people. We're here for two different purposes. Even if we have the same purpose, it's not for my purpose to run over top of yours or stampede yours. Even if we do have the same purpose, you still have your journey and I have mine. They are not going to be identical, even if we're doing the exact same things. It's not going to be identical, you know? So I don't do jealousy. I don't do the jealousy, you know what I mean? Not of somebody else, you know? Now, if you're dating or something, you may feel some kind of way if your man is showing some attention to somebody else, and you could feel that attention is like You know when you be feeling and you know something up, okay? So, but what are you feeling? Are you feeling jealous of that other person because she getting your man's attention? Or are you just feeling like a hurt or low vibrational feeling because your person is disrespecting you and showing somebody else attention and do that all up in your face? You know what I'm saying? So what are you really feeling? Are you feeling jealousy or are you feeling like hurt because you're being disrespected? You know what I mean? So people might call that jealousy, but it's really not. I could see it might be jealousy if you're coveting what someone else has. Those though that leads more into those jealous realms. But I don't believe in that. If you get jealous a lot, you really need to work on yourself, and figure out, why am I vibrating that low that I'm jealous of somebody else? Because obviously you think something is wrong with yourself if you are jealous of somebody else. So you need to check yourself. Okay. So I'm just saying. And I don't think you want to come to me for those kind of problems. Because when I work with people in our programs, I'm very frank, and I might tell you and you might not like it. So if you don't like somebody who is frank and it's going to tell you like it is, then you may not want to work with me. Okay. Because if you want to be the best you can possibly be, then you have to be real with yourself and look at yourself in a mirror. And when you work with me, you're going to do that, because the only way you could be the best you is to know who you are. You got to look at yourself without the glasses on, without the rosy colored glasses. You got to look at yourself and be real with yourself. And sometimes what you see, you may not really like it too much, but then you have to work on that so that you like what you see. Okay. So that you're not looking at everybody else trying to covet what somebody else has. So you can look in the mirror and like that. You know what I'm saying? All right. Even your sadness will disappear if you don't take things personally. Okay. Some of it could. Your sadness might be caused by something else. So, okay. But I think that's all we will say about that one today. Transform your life. I'll read it one more time. When you refuse to take things personally, you avoid many upsets, many, not all, okay? Many upsets in your life. Your feelings of anger, jealousy, and even your sadness will simply disappear if you don't take things personally. And again, I preface that that's not an absolute, you know, but I'm sure you can diminish it with not taking things personally and releasing expectations. Sometimes we expect people to be and show up how we would. Well, if I did it, I would have did this. Well, guess what? She did it, not you. How about that? Okay. So you got to check yourself with your expectations, in all type of relationships. You got to check yourself, because you are you. I would run things a whole lot differently. Like almost everywhere that I've had a contract, I probably would have done things differently if I was running that contract. So when I run a contract the way I do. But if somebody else is in the position of running the contract, then that's their responsibility. And even if I would do things differently, that's not my problem, because it ain't my problem to run that. So if you want to run it like that, then go ahead. And if it's stupid, to me, that's just my opinion. Obviously, you think it's great. So go ahead. And I've learned to mind my business. I remember one of my friends told me, she said, I remember I took this position. It was many years ago. But what I learned at another position was that when I would give my opinion to try to help, because I have experience in business and I could see the forest through the trees. I'm intuitive. I could see, even if I don't know your business, I could see what you should do. And so I always thought I was being helpful, and I'd be like, oh, well, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? Oh, and what I didn't realize was they might have liked my ideas, but they would have preferred them to come out of their mouth. Okay. And so that intimidated them. Like I wanted their position, but I just really wanted to help. But that's how they took it. So then they would start to assassinate me. And I'd be like, the hell wrong with her? And so I learned. So one of my friends told me, all right, Rorree, now, when you get up there, shut your damn mouth. Okay. And she said, I want you to remember that the fry machine is on the left. And I said, what you talking about? And she said, when you go to McDonald's, where's the fry machine? And it just so happens that my high school job was McDonald's. Okay. I worked at McDonald's for like a year and a half. I was so good at McDonald's. I was not one of them slow, dragging, lazy workers. I was the bomb.com. I was on the drive-through super crew. Okay. Because I was the bomb.com. I could go over there and make the food and handle the drive-through. Okay. So sorry. So anyway, so I know the McDonald's setup. When you walk into the McDonald's, the fry machine is over here to the left. Okay, all the time. The fry machine's right there on the left. The fry machine is never on the right. It's always on the left. And I was like, "You're right. The fry machine is always on the left." And she said, "If you go to the manager or the owner and you say, look, I think it would be awesome if you put the fry machine over here with where that thing is where you put the fillet of fish. I think the fry machine should be over here, not on the left. It should be over there. You could go to you blue in the face. It's still going to be on the left because that's how it's a cookie cutter thing. It's, that's where it goes. And every McDonald's, it goes like this. Every McDonald's looks kind of similar. Okay. And except if you have one of them retro ones or whatever, but they all look kind of similar. And the fry machine is always on left. So she said, Rorree, when you go to this new job, just remember that the fry machine is on the left and leave it there. It's nothing you're going to be able to do to change where they put that fry machine. Your opinion does not matter. The fry machine is just going to stay on the left. So keep your opinion to yourselves, because when you work with certain type of people, they be having issues when you be giving your opinion. So keep that joker to yourself. They be getting intimidated and stuff. And you, I be like, I don't even want my job. Talking about wanting yours, shit. This just a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the job, and the old me came out a couple times in meetings. And man, it would be like everybody in a meeting on our team, right? Everybody will say something. But when I would say something, rah! And I'd be like, is it me? Or she always attack me every time I say something. And so I would just pay attention to how she would act. And with everybody, she would act cool. And the moment I said something, she would act crazy. Or let's say everybody is chuckling at something. The moment I chuckle, she jump on me. And I'd be like, and I would just pay attention. I was like, this chick is crazy, but whatever. So, so I said, Roy, you got to remember the fry machine is on the left. You got to remember the fry machine is on the left. Shut up. Okay. So I put a sign up in my little office space, and it said, the fry machine is on the left, and big, like 50 font. I made a sign, the fry machine is on the left. And I just put it up there. And then I put another sign up that said, shut the heck up. I think I said, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. So the fry machine's on the left, shut the hell up. Then somebody got offended that I had hell. So I wrote, shut up. I took that sign out, put another sign. Why are you all up in here? That's my sign for me. Okay. So, but anyway. So I had to remember that. And so I would sit in the meeting, and I I would make sure that I had something to keep my mind occupied, because sometimes the meeting was so darn boring, right? And I would just do something that kept my mind occupied, and I would just not respond to anything. I would just shut up. I wouldn't say nothing. Anybody think anything? I was like, I don't care if I do have an opinion. I'm keeping it to my damn self. Because, and that was the other thing I noticed, like every time I would suggest something, that they want me to do it. Like, what the hell? Y'all don't pay me now. Y'all want me to do extra? Get out of here. So I stopped that too. I was like, I ain't sharing nothing. They had me going around the whole place training people best practices. They wouldn't give me no extra money to do that. Would you like to do that again? No. So anyway, I don't know why I got into that. Why did I get into keeping the frappuccino left? I have no idea. But that really helped me from taking things personally. That helped me from being attacked. You know, I just mind my business, okay? Because my business is not to run your business, okay? So, whatever, you know. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I sure had fun. I'm not going to drag this out any longer. Transform your life, you guys. Get these reflection cards. Join us in roseslavenderandsage.com. Come have some fun as you elevate yourself and clear the road and open the way for great manifestations for you today. All right. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. See you later. See you in the next one.